you're gonna want to check the heater and the pump screen. So if the pump is at 30 gallons or more per minute, that means it's gonna kick the heater on. And that's what we want to happen when the guests pay for heat. If they don't pay for heat, we keep this at 20 gallons per minute. So first thing I do is unlock these. Same code for both, 580. Make sure when you leave, these get locked back up every time. This is the pump and the heater. So check this. We got guests checking in today and they paid for pool heat, so this thing should be hot right here. You can feel it going. And then take a photo of this right here and send it over to me, just so we know what the temperature is. Right now it says 78 out of 85. This way, if they complain, let's say it's not hot enough, I can at least tell them what it was when we left, and then it's gonna be getting up to 85, which is the target temperature. Yeah, so going over to the pump over here, this is, you wanna look at the screen. So again, unlock it, check this screen. When this thing's going at 87 or 90%, this should be up in like the 40 or 50 gallons per minute range. And I do this when we want to heat the pool fast. If we want to get the water pumping fast, to heat the pool fast, we'll crank this to 87 or 90%. If not, it's usually on 35 gallons a minute, which is just enough for this heater to stay on. So you'll see if I put this at 35 gallons per minute, I'm using this schedule button here. This will drop down to 35 eventually, and this heater should stay on and not kick off at 35 gallons a minute. So if you're at 90, there's a heat fast option on here that's for 4 hours at 90%. If you're at 90% and this is at 30 or much lower, this is a problem. The skimmer's clogged, this screen and this guy is clogged over here. This is gonna be, this has a skimmer basket in it, or this sand filter over here needs to be washed. There's something that's slowing the water down we need to address. Alright, so if this sand filter needs to be cleaned, the first thing you're gonna do is stop the pump. Stop there, and jump up here. And then you're gonna go over here to this, only turn this one direction so we can turn it clockwise every time. So over here, you're gonna go to backwash, put in that setting. And we're gonna backwash this, which means we're gonna send the water through this filter and out this drain line down here. Take the drain line and send it into this drain pipe over here. This here is how you secure it. Run it through this hole. Make sure this pipe stays inside here. Once that's in there, turn this pump back on to backwash it. Just go back to the schedule and you can hit anything. I'll go to quick clean, which is going to put it at 90%. Says it right there. Now we're basically going to run this until the water is coming out clear. If you look into this eyeglass right here on the back side, you'll also understand if the water is still foggy or clear. So once this starts going, we'll see that going through. When this water starts to look clean, we're going to stop the pump again. Once the pump is stopped, we're going to do the same exact thing by putting this to rinse, starting the pump again, running the water till it's clear, and then last step is to turn it back to filter to resume normal operations. Alright, so after you rinse it on the backwash, shut the pump off, and then you rinse it on the rinse, shut the pump off, and turn it back to filter where it's normal operation. That's where it should be. Turn the pump back on. You'll see if you look at the screen a little closer, I got it back to 90%, and the gallons per minute is at 58. So again, much higher than it was before, which means we cleaned this sand filter and our flow is now better. And it looks like you want to better when you're doing the sand filter rinse, it's easier to prime one pipe at a time, so leave this one on and shut that one off. But once this is primed and going again under one pipe under normal operation, you can turn the second vacuum on as well. So we're sucking from two spots, the skimmer and the vacuum, heating both. You can see that one on if you want. If this is flowing right here, it means it's primed. See that right there? I'm gonna hit that real quick. If this has water in it, that means it's primed.
Shouldn't be like that.
Sometimes it's at the top, if it's on a high speed. If it's lower and moving at a good volume, it's fine. If it's trickling, then maybe it's not primed, but this is obviously got some volume and it's definitely primed. I am going to, I don't want to forget, I usually leave that one at I usually leave the bottom one at a 45 and this top one at a fully open. This way we're skimming most of the water off the top of the pool and all the leaves are getting trapped in the skimmer. This is just extra water coming to the heater, which is just helping it heat faster, but this one could be totally off or on 3/4 under normal operation.